I was in the middle of the greatest time of my life. After a year and a half of trying to get pregnant and after fertility treatments, my husband and I were finally pregnant. And we were so excited. The pregnancy was uneventful, but then all of a sudden at that 10-week point, I started vomiting non-stop. The 4 emergency room visits, I was admitted, and the ultrasound showed 2 small polyps in the anterior wall. So at 14 weeks pregnant, I signed away my life and possibly that of my baby and had laparoscopic surgery to remove my gallbladder. It turned out that there were no stones and I had this risky surgery for no reason. They released me and the pain was still there. They transferred me to Tufts Medical Center. When I was at Tufts, they performed exploratory surgery, and at this point is when they discovered a tumor in my transverse colon. That's when I was diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. When they looked at the tumor that they removed, it was missing a genetic marker, and that coupled with my age raised a red flag. So I went to genetic testing, and it was at that point that I was diagnosed with a condition that's called Lynch syndrome.
Oh, and I was a very young researcher at MIT 30-some years ago. I received funding from the American Cancer Society, and we were studying how to control the rate at which mutations happen in cells, and we found a couple of key genes that controlled that rate. And when we cloned and sequenced them, these were the first ever to have been done. But within a couple of days, I had phone calls from people working on mice and on humans who had sequenced a gene, but they didn't know what it was. That led to the discovery that people with what we now call Lynch syndrome were very susceptible to colon cancer because they had a deficiency in this these genes that are important for controlling mutation rate.
4 months later, after being closely watched, my placenta stopped functioning because of the cancer, so they decided to induce labor. So on August 29th, Lily Marion Nunes was born, 5 pounds, 7 ounces. Her middle name is Marion after my mother, and I named her Lily because it is my favorite flower, and while I was in the hospital going through everything, all of my friends and colleagues from SBLI sent me lilies. So whenever I say her name, I want to remember that.
It's quite extraordinary to sort of see, looking back, at how the support I got from the American Cancer Society as a very young professor helped make a discovery that's impacting human lives, and it becomes completely real when you meet someone like Darlene, such a wonderful person whose life has been affected by something, a chain of research that I contributed to.
The monitoring and proactive steps I will take based on the knowledge that I have Lynch syndrome will make it possible for me to live and also watch Lily grow up. All of the researchers and the people who have given generously to support their ability to make miracles such as ours happen will forever be part of our family.